So you put the kids to bed, you shower, you plop down on the couch to relax and watch a show or doom scroll on your phone for a while before bed, and your brain starts saying, hey, you know what you want right now? Some chips. Or if you're a sweets person, it starts flashing you images of bowls of ice cream. You fight it off for a few minutes, but the cravings don't stop. And 5 minutes later, you're standing at the pantry. And 10 minutes later, you've eaten half a bag of chips. And now you feel frustrated. You feel defeated, like you can't be trusted around food at night. If this has ever happened to you, then you are a victim of your brain's late night snacking habit. And this can be a major factor that impacts your ability to lose weight. Today, I'm going to share some strategies on how you can actually break this habit. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the show. I'm Rachel. I am a registered dietitian. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm a mom of 5 amazing kids. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about late night snacking. And I want to clarify at the beginning, I'm not trying to insinuate that snacking at night is bad. If it's a planned snack, that's just fine. I'm talking about snacks that are not planned and they're just calling your name even though you didn't intend to eat anything. When you are trying to make the beneficial choice for your body all day, trying to get your protein in, maybe you're exercising, you are making an effort to plan your meals out, and then you put all that effort in, and then at night, all of it just goes to pot because you ate a bag of Cheetos or had 2 bowls of ice cream or whatever it is, insert your food that you're thinking of right now, it can really impact your progress. And depending on the choices that you're making, it can actually completely derail them. So this is a really significant issue that I want to address today because I want you to be able to break this pattern for good. The first thing that we need to think about, though, when we are thinking about breaking a habit is we need to figure out the source of it. Why are you wanting to snack at night? I have 3 broad categories or reasons why people generally want to be snacking at night, meaning their brain wants them to snack. The first is emotional eating, and this is a way that your body is actually trying to comfort you. Your brain is trying to help you out here by making you want to eat because it associates food with a feel-good feeling and it's trying to help you. That happens when you have had a really long day with the kids or at work and you're stressed out and you go to sit on the couch and you just almost can't control yourself. You're just like, I just gotta eat something. I gotta eat something. Your body's trying to help you, but it's actually not helping you with what you really need, right? For me, I had this issue for a long time. I would get the kids to bed and then I would start thinking, it's like before they were even in bed, I'm like changing diapers and putting pajamas on. And my brain is getting flashed these pictures of whatever it is that I had in the freezer, like brownies, or I had a bakery at the time. Oh, I made such good brownies. Brownies or leftover cake scraps or cookie dough. That was my kryptonite. So it started flashing me those images and it was almost a compulsion. I would sit down and all I wanted to do was get the kids in bed for the night, plop on the couch, watch a show, and eat a bowl of cookie dough. The second category that we need to determine if this is our reason for snacking is it's a habit, habitual eating, I guess you could call it. This is where there's a neural pathway that was created from maybe a different time that you just kept up with. So for example, pregnancy. I ate a lot more in pregnancy and I found that I would have a nighttime snack because I would get hungry. And then after I had the baby and my metabolic needs went down, I still kept the snack. You get what I mean? So another example is vacations. You go on vacation, you're gone for 7 days or 10 days, and you eat dessert every night. And you do that every night for a week. And then when you get home, your brain goes, "Where's my dessert? We just ate dinner. Where's the dessert?" So that's what I mean by habitual eating. Or habitual snacking. It's a habit that's been created in your brain. A habit is a physical neural pathway in your brain. And so when that path is crawled several times or traveled by the electrical impulses. Wow, I'm getting like way into like brain science here. Anyway, when you do a thing over and over, it creates a pathway, a physical pathway. And so that pathway is kind of like a path in a forest. If you have a lot of people traveling up and down it, it's wider and it's more clear and defined. It's stronger. If hardly anyone goes and there's just a few animals, it's faint and it's barely there. So the impulse to do the habit that is well worn in your brain is going to be stronger than with a newer habit. So what we need to do is we need to travel the new routine, the new habit over and over and over until it's ingrained in our brain. And I will talk about strategies to do that in just a second. The third category that I want to talk about is hunger, true hunger. And this can be because you're actually hungry. You're snacking at night because you are actually hungry. And what that signals is most likely you did not eat enough at dinner. Probably not enough protein at the very minimum. And your body is physically telling you, give me more. So that's our third category. This is the type of deep work that we do inside my program, the Fat Loss Formula for Moms. I have a whole lesson on emotional eating and overeating because weight loss, lasting weight loss, sustainable weight loss takes more than just a meal plan and a workout. So many coaches will hand you those two things and say, here you go, but I want better for you. Because I think slow and steady lifestyle change lasts way longer than a quick fix or a challenge or whatever short thing that you're trying to do to lose weight because you're just so tired of it. With so many women that I've worked with, their habits have been entrenched for years. And you can't just willpower your way out of something that's been running on autopilot for decades in your brain. So if you want to lose weight with a coach who takes a holistic approach, who digs into the why behind the snacking, not just the what of your meal plan, if you want strategies that actually work so you're not fighting yourself, book a call with me. The link is in the show notes. It's free, 15 minutes, no pressure. Because what I want for you is real sustainable change. Okay, so once we know what category or what type of snacking that we're doing at night from those three categories I just talked about, we need to address or tailor our response to what the issue is specifically. Why are you eating at night, snacking at night? Is it emotional? Is it habitual? Is it actual hunger? And then we tailor our response to that. So if it's emotional eating, brushing your teeth after dinner is not really going to help that because it's an emotional need. Your body or your brain is needing something. And just a simple hack like brushing your teeth after dinner isn't going to cut it. It might though if it's habitual snacking. So let's first talk about emotional. When you feel the urge to snack at night, especially if it's a situation like I described about myself, just wanting to get the kids in bed and sit on the couch and eat because I felt something, right? I want you to sit with what do I actually need? Just in that moment, what am I feeling? What is my body feeling right now? What do I actually need based on what I'm feeling? If you ask yourself that, you can sit there and you will eventually, things will rise to the surface. I feel overwhelmed. I feel overstimulated. I feel whatever it is. Put your feeling in there, name it. And then based on that, you can help yourself figure out what you actually need. Are you, overwhelmed and you need a moment to be by yourself, like 10 minutes with no stimulation? Your brain is trying to help you by providing food as comfort. At some point in your life, your brain made that connection. Food is comfort to me. And you need to think though, because it's actually not working, right? It is comforting, but it's not what you want. It's not the habit you want to be having. So figure out what you actually need. For me, this was taking a hot bath and getting some time away from the kids. So that's what I started doing. And because it was something that I enjoyed, that felt good, I got that little reward trigger in my brain from that new habit I was creating, and it helped to reinforce that because I wasn't actually hungry at night. I wasn't. I was stressed, I was overwhelmed, and I was overstimulated. So figure out what you actually need and think creatively too. It also helps to actually verbalize it. Say what you're feeling. My body is feeling drained. I am feeling overstimulated. This, and then treat that actual need. This will take practice and this will take time. Do not think you're going to do this for 1 week and then magic, your problems are all solved. It takes practice, but I believe in you. The next category that we need to talk about is the habitual snacking. So when this happens, it's because we created a habit in our brain and this is what we do. It's triggered by something usually. So you sit on the couch and your normal routine is you put the kids to bed, you sit on the couch, you turn on Netflix and you go grab a snack. You need to disrupt that pattern, ideally with something that you enjoy. So I'm going to give you some ideas to get your creative juices flowing so you can decide what actually might work for you. So you can brush your teeth immediately after dinner, right after dinner. This creates that signal in your brain from when you normally brush your teeth, which for most people is right before bed. That's a signal, no more food. So when you move that up to right after dinner, you're telling your brain no more food because you'd have to brush your teeth again, right? So try that. You can change the location. So move to a different room. If you normally are snacking in the living room in front of the TV, go get in your bed with the book. Change it up. You're breaking that connection between snack, TV, couch. Another option or tool that you can use is to keep your hands busy. Do a puzzle, paint your nails. Remember, it needs to be something that you actually kind of like so that you can get that reward signal. You can set a timer to delay. Say, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. If I still want it after 10 minutes, I can have it. Set your timer, go do something else, and see at that point if you actually want it. Okay? And then the last one I have for you is to consider journaling. When that urge hits, write down for 5 minutes just what you're feeling. I want a snack right now because, and then see what comes out. The key here is that you're not relying on willpower alone. Yes, there is an element of self-control, which is saying no to something that you want to do. But by doing these other strategies, you are making it inconvenient for your brain to follow the old habit pattern. So over time, your brain will create new pathways to follow and you'll have a new habit. That's the goal. So try these things out, see if some of them work, but give it time. The last category we need to talk about is actual hunger. What this usually signals, if you're sitting there and you've sat with how you're feeling and you're like, oh, I'm actually kind of hungry, then have a snack. Have something with protein, ideally Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, have a protein shake, and use this information to inform your decisions tomorrow. Do you need to eat more at dinner time? Specifically protein. If this is happening regularly, this is a signal to you that you need some help structuring your meals so that they're satisfying and help you last through the night. If you're actually hungry at night, you probably need to be eating more protein. You can grab my 100-gram protein cheat sheet. The link is in the show notes for simple ways to get more protein in. Okay, here's what I want you to do this week. Tonight, when you're sitting on the couch and your brain starts flashing you images of chips or ice cream, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is this emotional? Is this habitual? Am I actually hungry? Am I just doing what I always do at 9 p.m.? Did I eat enough at dinner? Once you know which reason that you're snacking for, I should say, pick one strategy from today's episode and try it out. If it's emotional, sit with what you actually need for 5 minutes before going to the pantry. If it's habitual, disrupt that pattern. Brush your teeth, move to a different room. And if it's actual hunger, have a protein snack, and then tomorrow night, eat more protein. That's it. So just figure out your type and try one thing. And if you need help with that protein piece, again, grab my 100-gram protein cheat sheet. The link is in the show notes. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I will talk to you next time on the Effective Weight Loss for Moms podcast.